going to be maybe a bit blunt. Seeing coaches publicly announce they're going to diet with me for 8 weeks, I'm going to get myself lean, I'm going to show you the entire journey. Week 1, they do an honest update. Diet's not gone well. It's that you see them do it on repeat every few months. I'm going to get in shape again, watch me get lean. Doesn't happen. A, you should be better than that if this is your job. You should be able to do better. And B, like, what message do you think that is putting out to people?
There's a lot of coaches at the moment saying that they attract flaky clients. Sometimes you've got to look a bit closer to home. If you're posting that you can't stick to anything and you're struggling to get into the place that you want to be, what do you expect your clients to think that they should and shouldn't be doing as well?
But then they also turn around and they go, but it's just annoying because, like, I see so many people signing up with ex-bodybuilding coach who's not a great coach, and it just gives them a meal plan. And you're like, yeah, but at least they're in shape. And what they're doing works.
Yeah,
what you're doing isn't even working.
Coaches do badmouth like bodybuilding coaches, right? Because all they do is like show the bodybuilding. And to contest that is, at least they can fucking stick to something. If you are going to do it, don't whinge about it.
The amount of coaches we see dieting and then all day just been like, this is fucking awful. I hate this. I'm so tired. I'm so hungry. I just want to have a drink. I just want to go out for food. Right. Well, who is going to be enticed by that to actually work with you?
It's not inspiring, is it?
In the morning, I'll have fish and a rice cake.
Hello, good morning. Welcome back to Fish and a Rice Cake. I'm Jake. He's Jake, aka Big Dave, Little Dave, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
And
one of them's more accurate, but I'll let you decide.
We'll go with Big Dave. We'll stick with Big Dave. And we are, what we're here to do?
Well, just 2 online coaches. I was going to say average online coaches, but then I feel that's doing a damn service.
Average, mate.
But then I don't want to sound
Slightly
like a
above
dickhead.
average.
Slightly above
Slightly
average.
above
That's what. That's what I tell Sophie anyway. 2 slightly above average online coaches. We're just talking about how we coach our clients and how we have built our business.
Coming in your ears.
Coming in your ears. Yeah. I've had a few people message me about that now. Hey, I bet you've still not watched Phoenix Nights, have you? You've not even watched the clip. You could watch.
Still not watched it.
This is going to be a recurring thing. I bet you've watched Last of Us, though, aren't you?
I finished it now. Finished season 2 as well.
Oh, I've not even started season 2.
Yeah. It was good, actually. A lot of people said that season 2 wasn't quite as good as season 1, but I still enjoyed it. It was good.
I still need to get around to
starting. A little bit different vibe, and like it's something big happens like fairly early on.
Yeah, I know what happens.
You know so you know that.
But that's the thing, because
you played the game.
Yeah, so I know this.
Yeah, so you know the gist of it anyway. So obviously he dies, which is like
fucking hell, spoilers.
Yeah, sorry guys.
You don't know who he is.
You don't know who he is. To be fair, lots of he's in the show.
Yeah, there's one he in the show. There's one main he.
There's one main he. Might not be that he. He she.
Might not be Pedro.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. We have come dressed very different today.
We have.
I'm literally cardigan, joggers, shoes. I don't know what the fuck they are.
My mates have been slating me for these, but I love them. So these are the comfiest shoes I've ever had.
They are granddad slippers if I've ever seen them.
They are the Birkenstocks, but like I know it looks like I'm trying to
give up.
Arabian Nights kind of genie in a bottle, kind of Aladdin kind of vibe, but they are so comfortable, mate.
There's no back to them, are they? They're not fall
off?
No
back to them. They just don't, mate. Honestly, they just. I got them for holiday, and like they were that comfortable on holiday. I was like, just wearing these all the time.
You're just rocking them out now. That's it. You've reached that stage of dad life where you're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's like Crocs and these.
Yeah,
I don't wear
Crocs. I don't get you. They're not. What are they? Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks, yeah.
Don't get Crocs either.
Mate,
never had Crocs. Never had Birkenstocks.
Especially if you get the Crocs with the little attachment on the back, so you've got like speed and comfort.
I bought a pair of Adidas sliders to go to Mali when I was 18, and they're still the pair that I will wear if I take any on holiday now.
Shocking behaviour.
Yeah. I have these, which are like my good pair of shoes.
Yeah. And
then I have a shitty pair of shoes that are for walking dogging.
See, and then that's it. Louise goes mad at me because I just spend far too much money on clothes. I'm always buying clothes.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I've got holes in this vest. I've got holes in these joggers. I literally said to Sophie the other day, I was like, because we're in the middle of moving house, I was like, if we weren't moving, I kind of need a completely new wardrobe. But I tend to do this. I'll buy new clothes like once, literally every about 5 years, and then I'll just rinse them until
it's
they're
not
pretty
a bad
much
way
done.
to be, though. It's not a bad
And
way to be. I'm the complete opposite. See, Louise goes mental at me to the point where I'm now having to get clothes delivered to my mum's house, so Louise doesn't think that I'm buying clothes. So that's what I do. And then my mum will text me like, "You've had a delivery," and I'm like, "I know, don't bring it round yet."
Yeah.
Like, wait, I'll tell you when Louise is out.
So see, Sophie's not bad with clothes, but she definitely orders more than me. But like, she'll order them. She ordered some the other day, and some deliveries came. And she showed me one of the things, and then there was just a random jacket appeared on the back of the door. And I was like, have you ordered that as well? She's like, oh, no, my sister's giving it to me. I was like, all right. Still got tag on it. I thought she's trying to hide it a little bit. No, I'm horrific when it comes to clothes. Like, I don't know why.
It's not a bad
do you know
thing.
why it is? Though?
Not a bad
I'll
thing.
tell you why it is. I think I just don't want to spend money on them. Like, I
No,
always
no,
like,
no,
I need some new clothes. So the Represent stuff you're wearing,
Yeah.
I reckon I've been on that website about 5 times, being like, oh yeah, I'll get a couple of tops.
See,
And then I see
these-
the price tag and I'm like, not a fucking
See, these are bastards for it, because what they do is obviously you build up like a loyalty thing with them and you get points. Me and my mate were talking about this the other day. So whenever I'm trying to buy clothes now, I feel like I have to go back to Represent because I've got £150 worth of points. But you have to spend over £400 to get the 150.
Yeah.
So then in your head, you kind of rationalise it that like, oh, you're getting a bargain here because you've got £150 off. But it's like, you've got to spend £400 to get the 150.
That's a lot of money to spend.
But it is, it's really clever.
Well, not for
marketing.
them. That's about 2 fucking t-shirts.
Yeah, it literally is. Yeah, but no, I'm trying to rein it in. Because clothes are expensive.
We literally have. I have about 3 good shirts, right? And when me and So first started dating, which is 7.5 years ago now, something like that.
Courting.
Yeah, we were courting. And first date, had a shirt on, and she was like, oh, I liked your shirt on the first date. Second date, had a different shirt on. She was like, oh, it's another nice shirt. She's
Still
like,
got 'em.
she's doing
He's
all right.
still- you got-
Third date, had a different one. She was like, oh, another one. By the 5th date, she was like, he's literally got 3 shirts. That's it. No difference. That's all I wear. And I think one of them I nicked off my brother. So he'd probably start taking a bit more pride in my appearance.
Mate, does it?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
It's fine. Who cares?
I was going to notice the holes in your top. Like,
It's in the annoying one is it's in the pocket. So if I put it in my pocket, it falls out the bottom.
do that, yeah.
And I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I'd have, mate. Should we take you shopping after this?
We'll go shopping.
We'll go shopping, yeah.
We'll do
Get
like
you
a
some
big
Birkenstocks.
like montage. You can sit in the waiting room and I'll come
Yeah.
out in different outfits.
Get you some Birkenstocks and some Crocs.
I'm not wearing those fucking things. Not a fucking chance.
Right, anyway, what are we talking about today?
It's a bit of a tonal shift, really. So we are going to
Not like
be yeah. We're going to be talking about something that I know I've seen quite a lot recently, and I've had a few conversations about. I know we've talked about it a little bit, but I've had them with other people as well. And it's seeing coaches, and it's going to be maybe a bit blunt. It's seeing coaches publicly announce they're going to do a diet or whatever it is, get themselves into shape. I'm going to, diet with me for 8 weeks. I'm going to get myself lean. I'm going to show you the entire journey. You're going to keep me accountable. Blah blah blah. Week 1, they do an honest update. Diet's not gone well. And it's not that it happens once. It's that you see them do it on repeat every few months. I'm going to get in shape again. Watch me get lean. Doesn't happen. And it drives me mad because I just think like, A, you should be better than that. If this is your job, you should be able to do better. And B, like, what message do you think that is putting out to people?
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think this is something we spoke about. I've said it about a couple of people that I've spotted. And it's like, at the end of the day, there's a lot of coaches at the moment saying that they attract flaky clients and clients who can't stick to anything. And I'm like, well... And I think I did a bit of a rant on this. I've not posted it yet, but I've got a reel ready to post about it. And it's like, well, sometimes you've got to look a bit closer to home, because if you're posting that you can't stick to anything and you're struggling to get into the place that you want to be, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think there's context, we can add context to this, right? But what do you expect your clients and your potential clients to then look at and think that they should and shouldn't be doing as well? So I think it's one of those where you've got to be very careful. Like, if you are committing to something as a coach, I'm not saying it has to go perfectly well, because it never does.
It's life. It won't.
It's just life. Like, and we have done diets, and although we've managed to get to the end place, I'm sure there's been hiccups throughout, because that's just life and things happen. But it's when you see people doing it, they'll do one episode of like the diet. The second episode is it's not gone well. And then you won't hear anything for a couple of months because they've just sacked it off completely. Then they do the same thing again. Then the same thing again. So it's like, it's this constant cycle of trying to diet, not achieving the goal that they set out to achieve, and then repeating the process over and over. So there's 2 things that I see wrong with that. One, they're showing that they can't stick to something, which is not a great example to set, especially as a coach. Like, it sounds like harsh, but you've got to be able to do that.
I think it needs to be harsh, because it's just a job.
It's just your job, innit?
It's literally just a job.
Yeah, like it's part of your job to like walk the walk and lead the way and be inspiring.
It's the same as if you went to a driving instructor and they picked you up and they were like, right, I'll drive you to, it's your first lesson, I'll drive you to this car park so we can get started. And they kept stalling along the way. Yeah. You'd probably be sat in the car shitting yourself thinking, made a bit of a mistake here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your job. You should know how, you should be able to do it.
Yeah, and then the second issue that I see with this is that the longer term stuff, because again, we speak about this all the time. If you are a coach, you shouldn't just be talking about fat loss. You should also be talking about reverse dieting, maintaining, gaining phases, performance-related phases, whatever that might look like, right? Okay, so there shouldn't just be dieting that is part of your content strategy. It shouldn't be what you're doing. You know for a fact that's not what your clients are going to need, hopefully. So you should be doing more than that and talking about more than that. So then when also coaches will say to me, just every time a client finishes a diet, they just flake off. I'm like, well, that's because all you ever do is talk about dieting, ever. There's never anything else on your page. So they just assume that is all you do, and that's all there is to do. So whereas me and you have been, I speak a lot about maintenance right now because that's where I am. Like, you're speaking about gaining phase because that's where you are, fat bastard. Saw you post this morning, made me laugh. Looking forward to
You literally commented fat bastard on it.
but no, but again, it's all relevant, right? Because otherwise, what do your clients think happens? Well, they're just going to assume that they just finished the diet and that's that. Whereas actually what you're documenting is there is more. You do go into these different phases. You do have a reverse diet. You do have a maintenance phase. You do have a gaining phase, whatever that might look like.
Yeah.
And coaches just can't see it. It's like they can't see that actually they're just attracting the people that they're attracting the people that their content's going to bring in.
Yeah. And I kind of liken it to sometimes, because I've had direct conversations with coaches about this, obviously without trying to be too blunt, 'cause you don't want to be a dick, but I kind of just have to say to them, like, would you sign up with you? If you were watching your content and you saw you publicly start a diet and after 2 weeks you dropped off, or 3 weeks you dropped off, and then a few months later you do the same thing and then you dropped off again and a few months later if you were looking for a coach, would you sign up with you? Probably not.
Yeah.
Because you're probably looking at it thinking, well, they're not even really doing it themselves. So it's not very, even if you know that person knows what they're doing and they know what they're talking about, it's not very motivating to look at someone and be like, well, they can't even get themselves in shape. So, because I think that's the other thing that, like, when we have done it in the past and we document it, a lot of my thinking is, like, even when it is tough and you have shit days, because of course you do, you have shit days, you have shit weeks, stuff goes wrong, that's fine, that's part and parcel. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, I've got to set an example here to my clients. Mm-hmm. Not only are we documenting it, but it's my job. So I'm going to do what I need to do. Like the last time we did a big one, I think it was 27 weeks I dieted. I think I had like 2 meals out in that time.
Yeah.
Like literally went to weddings, took my own food. And I'm not saying you have to go to that extreme. It depends on what you're dieting for. But you've got to at least be willing to give it a go if it's your job.
Yeah, that's it. And again, this is where, we're not expecting coaches now to just be perfect, because that's also not going to happen, as we say. But, and it's okay to show some vulnerability. I think that's really important. I think it helps build connection. It helps show that you're human, because things do go wrong and things will go wrong. So it's fine to do that. But if it's every week, there's a problem.
I think a big part of it's, come from the whole if it fits your macros, which obviously it's what most coaches push. You can eat the food you love and get in the shape you want to be in and all that jazz. And as long as it fits your macros, it's fine. And I'm not saying that theoretically that's wrong, because it's not. You can, in theory, do that. In practice, does not work. It doesn't work. Because, you can track a fucking pizza or a chocolate bar and have it, and as long as it's in your calories and still drop weight. But if you do it on a Monday, what are you going to want on a Tuesday? You're going to want a chocolate bar.
See, I think the industry's gone if it fits your macros first became a thing, it was all the rage, right? Because it was like, fucking hell, we've just realised that calories are all that matter. And there was a massive push towards this, if it fits your macros approach. And I was 22, 23 when I probably first heard about this. I was like, this is fucking incredible. Kind of a Domino's and fit it into my calories. But you soon realise that actually it's just a really poor use of your calories. You're not ever going to get the micronutrients, the fibre, the protein that you need, so therefore you're never going to be full. Your performance is going to be shit. You're very unlikely it's a slim chance you're going to build any muscle tissue, probably going to lose muscle tissue. So there's actually, it's not that great. And again, I think the industry, the good coaches now are definitely going down that route of, no, actually, if it fits your macros, okay, yeah, when we need it, be flexible, but for the majority of the time, you're going to have to eat whole foods, single ingredient foods, protein, dense, fibre dense, volumized.
And it just comes back to that, doesn't it? When you get these same coaches who are struggling to diet themselves and they keep falling off the wagon and trying to, do it if it fits your macros. But then they also turn around and they go, but it's just annoying because I see so many people signing up with ex-bodybuilding coach who's not a great coach, and it just gives them a meal plan. And you're like, yeah, but at least they're in shape. At least they can get in shape and they know what they're doing, and what they're doing works.
Yeah,
what you're doing isn't even working.
Coaches do badmouth bodybuilding coaches, right? Because all they do is show the bodybuilding style workouts. Yeah,
and it's an extreme,
and it's extreme and stuff. Fair, right? Okay, I'm not a bodybuilder, right? Not a problem at all. But what I do say, and to contest that, is at least I can fucking stick to something. Like, at least they can do this stuff. Like, you know, they show that they're very disciplined with whatever their goal might be at that moment in time. And that's something a lot of coaches just don't have.
Yeah, you have to put yourself in the shoes of the person who sat there wanting to get a coach, and they're looking at you and a bodybuilding coach, for example, and they're looking at you, and it's like, you're kind of in shape, but, you know, could be in better shape, whatever. You keep trying to diet, but it doesn't really stick to it. There's not really any sort of congruency to your messaging or your content. Or there's this coach who, yeah, all right, it's quite extreme, and I'd never want to be that big, but they're in really good shape, and they've got a lot of results of clients also in really good shape. And yeah, I might have to follow a meal plan, but do you know what? That actually it's going to work because I've got the confidence, because I can see it, and it's more motivating. They're going to go for the coach that they feel more motivated by every single time.
Of course they are. And I think, again, we spoke about it on the last set of episodes that we did, but especially now more than ever, like with AI, with the pure volume of coaches that are online and in the industry, the thing that's gonna help you stand out is your journey, is you documenting what you're doing, and it's gonna be that connection there, rather than just getting on camera and, you know, telling people. You've got to show people more than ever before,
100%.
more than ever before. So you've got to be able to do it. You have to be able to do it. And again, Joe, just to repeat, we're not saying you have to be perfect all the time. Doesn't mean you can't go out. Doesn't mean you can't have the odd day off where things don't go wrong. Like, this is life. It's totally normal. It happens to me. It happens to Jake. Happens to the best of us. But you've got to be able to do it. You've got to be able to stick to it. You've got to be able to, if you say you're going to do something, you've got to see it through. You've got to see it through. And if you can't, don't expect your clients to either.
Yeah. Because flaky coaching will only bring in flaky clients.
Yeah. It's funny how we don't have flaky clients, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
We must be the only coaches who don't have flaky clients.
Yeah, we found the only non-flaky people.
The only non-flaky people.
world.
Yeah.
It's
and again, it's all like, you know, I see myself very much as a coach who, unless I've got a big goal, like, I'm more lifestyle. I can enjoy a few beers and stuff at the weekend, but I'm very clear about the fact that the reason I can do that is because when I do lock in and dial in, it's like, you know, those weekend beers, they go on the back burner, right? They go on hold for a while.
It's literally that, like, in the stages we're both in now, like, we will relax. We're going to go for food after this to plan out some blitz stuff, and we're going to have a bit of, you know, and you'll go out and you'll go to Oasis and you'll have a few drinks and stuff, and that's fine. But the second it's like, okay, cool, the diet's starting, we will literally just lock in and be like, cool, that's all we're doing.
And it enables me to then enjoy these moments more, because, like, the stage I'm in right now, like, I'm still pretty lean. I feel really good actually at the moment. Overall, like, I'm in decent. I'm not the leanest I've ever been, for sure, but I'm still pretty lean. I'm performing well in the gym. Like, my strength is on the up. I feel like I'm building muscle tissue, and I've got that flexibility. But I can only have that because I've gone through the phases of not having the flexibility to bring it back in. But anyway, that's a different rant for a different day.
Yeah.
So there we go. If you're a coach and you aren't doing the shit that you need to,
be able to actually get yourself in shape.
Yeah, and actually, we just need to, something we didn't say. If you are going to do it, don't whinge about it.
Yeah, that's the other point.
We'll
add that on. The amount of coaches we see dieting and then all day just been like, this is fucking awful. I hate this. I'm so tired. I'm so hungry. I just want to have a drink. I just want to go out for food. Right. Well, who is going to be enticed by that to actually work with you?
It's not inspiring, is it?
It's
not inspiring.
It's not the most fun thing in the world. It's not.
Dieting isn't supposed to be fun, right?
If you spend all day moaning about it, complaining about it, saying how hard it is and how shit it is and how you hate it, you're counting down the days for it to be over. Who's watching that and thinking, I'm going to pay him a load of money to do that as well?
Do that. Sounds great. Sounds wicked.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, of course it's not. And again, like, it's, you know, you've got to be honest with people, but the reality is the results should be fun. Like, they should be what people are after, and, like, you should be talking about that and saying how, yes, it's tough, but yeah, fucking hell, like, I feel amazing. Like, what are the good sides to it? I just see too many coaches talking about the negatives and the downsides of dieting, and it's like, well, if you're talking about that and you're portraying that message, your current clients, and again, your potential clients, they're just going to expect it to be shit and rubbish and tired and hungry. And then they're going to turn up to their check and say, oh, I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I don't like it, I just want to go out. And you're going to be like, oh, well, you can't. And then, well, they've seen you talking about it. So.
It's literally the amount of clients, we'll finish on this, the amount of times in check-ins I've had clients when I've been dieting as well, and we're doing YouTube vlogs on it, or we're talking about it on the podcast, or just doing normal sort of reels and shit like that. The amount of times clients have checked into me and said, I'm not going to lie, I was really struggling on Friday, I was really hungry, I was really tired, all I wanted was a takeaway, but then I watched your vlog, or I saw your podcast episode, or I saw the post that you put on saying that you were really struggling as well, but you were still getting shit done, so I got shit done. it literally makes that difference.
Yeah, of course it
Like, it makes that difference if they
100%.
see you doing it. If all they see is you not doing that and is you actually letting yourself off or going out for that meal or saying how difficult it is or saying how shit you feel, they will follow suit. Because why would they not? Because they're going to be like in check-ins. They're just going to be like, well, you've done it. So you can't tell me not to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, lead by example, innit? And like, there has to, that again, like, just to reiterate it, it's more important now than ever before, for sure. On that note, are we 2026 photo shoot?
That's the plan.
That's the plan?
Yeah.
Summer or winter?
I don't know yet. So obviously me and Sophie are getting married in May.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether I'm going to do it for before the wedding or for later on in the year after the wedding.
Yeah.
I think it might end up being before. So it might be like the early first shoot of the year.
Yeah.
Or I might just... I don't. For me, like, I'm not that bothered about being in shape for the wedding. It's more just for logistics of timing it around it. Like,
if anything, you don't want to be like.
I couldn't for the actual wedding. I'm going to have a suit on. Apparently, I've been told I need to get one. So
not just going to wear your holeless, your holy.
I don't see what's wrong with
the
this.
Holy trackies.
So surely this is the important bit, not the package it comes in.
You still got your nice shirt, one of those nice shirts that you wore on one of your first dates.
Exactly.
With your trackies.
Yeah, just stick a little dicky bow on top of that. It'll be fine. Top hat.
Yeah.
It's a look.
Top hat. You know, I'd pay to see that.
No, but yeah, no. So that is the plan to do a 2026 shoot. I don't know if you've got any ideas on the.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it as well. It's whenever I get the photo shoots back from the photos back from our client shoots, it fires me up a little bit. I'm like, oh, I kind of fancy a bit of this. And it was. The last one we did will have been November 23.
Well, that's what I mean. It will have
it's a
actually
good
been quite
chunk.
a while.
It's actually a good chunk of time in between.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see if we've actually improved.
Yeah. But we'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Catch you in the next
guys.
one.